Today is all about Anastasia, or is it Anastasia? How do you guys pronounce it? This tutorial is going to be all about the new Anastasia Shadow Couture palette. If you guys haven't seen this palette, it is absolutely beautiful. It's so versatile. The colors in the palette, oops. I love that Norvina and Anastasia always keep the artist in mind and the makeup lover when creating products. They don't just throw in really basic colors. They like to throw in little pops like these guys right here and then these nice shimmery shades. So you can come up with a variety of looks with this guy, and I'm going to use several eyeshadows to create the look that you see right now. So if you order this palette or are on the fence about whether or not you want to order it, hopefully this tutorial will inspire you. So if you're interested and want to learn how to use your Shadow Couture palette by Anastasia, keep on watching. Alright guys, because the main focus of this tutorial is the Anastasia Shadow Couture palette, I went ahead and already completed the rest of my face so we can go straight into eyes. But of course I'm not going to leave you guys hanging, so really quickly I'm just going to run through what I did to complete the look you see on my skin right now. So the foundation I currently have on is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Plus Smooth Foundation, and I of course had to mix in a little bit of Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal directly into the foundation, and then I applied it using a beauty blender. For a highlight, I used the Anastasia Creme Contour kit in light, and I just mixed the 3 light shades in the palette to highlight certain areas of my face, and I blended that out with the beauty blender as well. And for my contour, I of course used my all-time favorite bronzer, Laguna from NARS, and I applied it using Smith Brush 112. And then using that same brush, I applied the new Jacklyn Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop. I will be doing a different tutorial on this guy for you guys. It's so beautiful. It just gives you the ultimate highlight. So I'm just applying that to the high points of my face. And then to finish off the look, I added a little bit of Madly blush. Oh, and I almost forgot, on my brows I also have on the Anastasia Dip Brow in Chocolate. So now that that is all said and done, let's go straight into eyes. All I currently have on my lids right now is foundation because I'm going to be using the NARS Shadow Stick in... Whoa, I do not know how to pronounce this. If you guys can... I don't know if my camera can zoom in that much. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's spelled R-E-Y-K-J-A-V-I-K. Reykjavik? I have no idea. And NARS makes it really complicated with the names of their products. They're amazing, but I just can't pronounce them for the life of me. So anyway, we're going to take this shadow stick and we're going to apply it closest to the lash line and then blend it upwards, and this is going to be our main shadow base because it's going to really make the colors that we're going to be using today pop. Once you've applied the shadow stick, blend it out with a smudge brush. I'm going to be using Morphe's M333. It's a larger smudge brush, not your typical smaller one. It just allows me to blend a lot faster. The first shadow I'm going to be using from the palette is called Heirloom. It's a really nice dark purple. And the reason I'm applying this eyeshadow first is because I like to apply the darkest shadow, or the one that I want to stand out the most, right on top of that eyeshadow base while it's still fresh and it hasn't really dried yet, to get the most color. Using that same brush, but a clean one, so this is technically another brush, but it's the same one, just clean, if you guys get what I'm saying. We're going to be applying the shade Soft Peach in the crease, and this is going to be our blending shade. Again, using that same brush, I'm going to apply the shade Morocco deeper into the crease. And I'm applying this shadow directly underneath where Soft Peach is, and we're not going any higher than that. We're trying to focus it more on the crease because the ultimate goal here is to look like the purple shade, which is called Heirloom, is just blending really softly into the rest of the colors. And then again, surprise, surprise, I'm going to be using that same brush to apply the shade Fudge again into my crease, but we're going to focus this color mainly on the outer corner of the eye. We're not going to take it too far in. I'm now going to pick up that shadow Heirloom again, which is the dark purple we started out with, and run it across the lower lash line using that same brush that had the color on it already. And I'll take whatever shadows left over in that brush to blend the purple into the rest of those other colors that are on the lid. And I'm also going to take that shadow called Morocco that's in my crease and also run that across the lower lash line. I like to sweep it upwards into the crease to really connect all those colors that we applied to our eyes together and make sure that they all look really well blended. And I also like to sweep it outwards, almost winging my eyeshadow so that it sweeps out towards the outer edge of the face, giving the appearance of a more almond shape to the eyes. Next, I'm going to be using some of the more fun, sparkly colors in the palette. So the first color I'm going to pick up is Intense Gaze, and I'm going to be applying this shadow using Smith Brush 230. It's going to provide me with a really nice transition to the highlight I'm going to be using in the tear duct. And using that same brush, I'm going to apply the shade Bellini to the tear duct. Now that I have applied all the shadow, I'm going to blend it out using the Sigma E40 brush. I like to be a little crazier with the blending towards the inner part of the eye. I almost like to blend it into my eyebrow. And then because I like that winged effect with my eyeshadow towards the outer corner, I tend to be a little more careful and blend in smaller circles and not go too crazy with it like I do with the inner corner of the eye. And if you guys have seen any of my previous videos, you know that when I do a smoky eye, I like to clean up the edges, and I like to do that by picking up some setting powder and a large fluffy brush. This one's called the Large Flush. This one's called the Large Fluff from Sigma. It's the E50 brush. So I'll just pick up a little translucent powder and then further clean up that eyeshadow. When you blend out your eyeshadow, if you lose some of that intensity that you originally had, you can always go back and pick up some more eyeshadow. I always like to pick up the color that's in the crease or on the lid to just intensify it a bit more. Everything else, because it's supposed to be a smoky eye and it's supposed to look a little cloudy, I'll leave it alone, but I'll definitely go back in and pick up the crease and the lid color. So in this case, I would pick up some more of the shade Morocco and the shade Heirloom and apply it to the crease and the lid to just bring back that intensity that we originally had. And I hate to break it to you guys, but I kind of lied when I said I was done using the palette because I'm going to be using just one more eyeshadow, and that's the shade Noir. So I'm just going to press this shadow as close to the lash line as possible, but just on the outer corner of the eye, and I'm going to do that using Smith Brush 212. To complete the eyes, I just want to fill in that blank space that the waterline is giving me right now with a black liner, and I am going to take this as a perfect opportunity to show off my brushfolio because I am so obsessed with it. If you are OCD like I am, especially with your makeup, if you're a makeup artist and you like your kit to be really organized, this product is just so perfect for you. So this is the brushfolio right here. It's designed by Smith Cosmetics, the same company that makes the brushes that I love using in all my videos. So I'm just going to open it up really quickly so I can show you guys what I mean on if you are OCD and how this keeps you really well organized. So it has these inserts that are designed to hold either product or brushes. I love it for my product just because I feel like I can never find anything when I need it. So it's got like my lip liners, my eyeliners, it's got all my NARS lip pencils, some more eyeliners, some Armani eyeshadows. It also comes with these awesome little inserts that you can put into the portfolio to hold things like mascara, eyeliner. I have some highlighters in here. It basically holds everything you can think of, so it's a great way to condense your kit and just keep everything really well organized. So anyway, the reason I brought this up is because I'm going to be pulling out my EYEKO gel liner to line my waterline. And I'm just going to apply Anastasia's lip gloss in Undressed to complete the look. I love this gloss whenever I do a dramatic eye because it really balances out so I don't look too crazy and overdone. It just gives a nice little color to the lips that doesn't contrast the eyes. And that completes the look. I hope this tutorial got you guys excited for the Anastasia Shadow Couture palette, especially if you already made the purchase. If not, you're probably logging on to AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com and buying it as we speak. I'm sure I will have plenty more looks to come up with this palette, so if you guys see anything that you like, as always, make sure to let me know and I will create a tutorial for you guys. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.